Well, welcome. We're back. Thoughts that can change your life. Yeah, thoughts. Do you realize that the source of all your problems that you've ever had was a thought? Do you really understand that the source of all your problems was a thought? So then we ask the question, why do we self-sabotage so much? Why do we self-sabotage so much? Well, if the source of all our problems is a thought, maybe the source of our self-sabotage is a thought. Do you think that's possible? As I wrote in my thought for today, what I find interesting is that the answer that we're seeking is not in what we know. It's in what we don't know. Because an answer would already been given to us if it was in what we know. But because we don't have an answer, it's in the unknown. And what do we fear the most? The unknown. Isn't that fascinating? And so as you look at the world today, we've so confined ourselves into the idea that I have this belief, I have that belief, and that belief locks us into a perspective. And then when we're locked into a perspective, we can't see any answer that's outside of that perspective, which means we won't find the answer to what we're seeking. So our beliefs, get this is what I'm saying. Our beliefs literally keep us dumb. I've never said it that way before, but just really ponder that, because our beliefs are limiting. I'm not saying beliefs are bad. Our beliefs create our experience. But if we hold on, if we stay so attached to the belief, we can't go any further. We won't find our answer. We've got to let go of our beliefs and open our minds up to the infinite wisdom that exists, not into this microcosm of information that we've put into our brain because we've had that life experience, because that's all that's in our brain is what our life experience is. And that experience that we have is minute compared to the amount of information that's available to us. Good morning to everybody who's checking in. I see your names. I know you're there, and it makes me smile to know you're there. You see where I'm going? We live in this crazy paradox of life that our beliefs create. Okay, that's cool. If I know my beliefs create, I'm going to create beliefs that create. And our beliefs lock us into our current experience. Does that not seem funny to you? Because if you get a great belief, you want to hold on to it, don't you? But then a challenge, an opportunity will come in the area of that belief, and that belief that you had keeps you locked in to what you're currently experiencing. You can't go beyond it. Fascinating stuff. The mind, it is so incredible. The mind is so complex, but we think it's really simple. Well, it may be simple to understand. Well, the concept of understanding our beliefs create, that's simple. The concept of understanding that if we don't go beyond our beliefs, we're not going to get any new experience other than what we currently believe. That's a simple concept. But why don't we do anything about that? Now, that's a good question. And isn't that where we self-sabotage? Because it's comfortable being in the old belief? I love you, Renee. What a great comment. What a great comment. STFU. And Corey, let me just say this. Corey goes, we must hold back the beliefs that hold us back from living our authentic self. Aren't they all our beliefs? Don't all our beliefs hold us back? Shouldn't we be having beliefs for a moment and then building a new belief and then building a new belief and building a new belief? Because our main purpose in life is to expand. It's to expand our awareness, isn't it? Because the more we expand our awareness, the greater life experience we have. Think about this. If you walk into a room and you focus and you're looking for something and you focus on looking for that one thing, maybe it's your watch and you knew you put it on the dresser in your bedroom. So you walk in and you look at the dresser looking for the watch and you see the watch. Did you see anything else in the bedroom? There's all this other stuff to be seen. That's the same thing that happens with our beliefs. We're going through life. We've got a belief. We're looking at life. We see what that belief is, and we don't see anything else that's all around it. And there's an infinite universe there for us to see, to explore, and to experience. So while I teach building beliefs that serve you, teach building beliefs that make you authentic, but I'm asking you to do something really crazy. Don't be attached to the belief. And ask the question, how can I expand this belief? What can I do to keep expanding this belief so I have a greater experience of life? Love that idea. I've never gone here before. I've never had these thoughts before. These are thoughts that I've been having this morning and last night. It's always great when you talk to one of your spiritual brothers. I'm using brothers right now, not as a sexist term, because the person I talked with, Reverend Larry, is like a brother to me. And we spent an hour yesterday afternoon just exploring concepts, going deeper. What's beyond the body? What's beyond the mind? Who's doing the thinking? And when you start asking these expansive questions, oh my God. So I'm a point of consciousness. And as a point of consciousness, I have a body and a mind. Why? What am I supposed to do with it? The best I've got on that, if there is, and I believe there is a power in us that creates and responds to the nature of our beliefs, then I believe that we're here to experience as much as we possibly can. And I think that what we're inspired to experience is that which is within us that excites us. And I think it's about becoming more of aware of our expansive nature, our infinite nature. And in order to expand and uncover our infinite nature, we have to have contrast. We have to have the hot and the cold, the good, the bad. You have to have all of that. Otherwise, you wouldn't know the other. Does that make sense to you? Do you really understand that? Do you realize that in the world, there's always been war and peace at the same time? Do you realize that within your mind is always at war or at peace within itself? It's always going on. Do you realize that in your primary relationship, could be with your loved one, there's war and peace going on? With your family, war and peace going on? With your community, war and peace going on? At work, war and peace going on. Do you realize that? Do you realize that there's always the contrast going on? Call it war and peace, call it hot and cold, call it anything you want. but there's always contrast. And the answer to move beyond that particular contrast is in the unknown. But what do we do when we're faced with that challenge? We go right to the known. And when we go right to the known, what do we get? Same experiences we've gotten in the past, right? Doesn't change until you go into the unknown. That's why you want to surround yourself with people who have broad experiences, people with open minds. Because as you talk with them, you can share their wisdom. You can share your wisdom. And because you're sharing in someone else's wisdom, there's probably some unknown in there. And you might find that answer you're seeking in that conversation. I didn't know where I was going to go today. This felt awfully deep for me to talk about, but yet it's what's on my mind. So that's what I share with you. I want you to know, if you want to help yourself become more aware, if you would like to be with other like-minded people, starting this Monday, I'm doing a class on The Power in You, my book. I'm doing it at 1:30 Central Time in the afternoon, but I'm also doing it at 6:30 Central Time in the evening. I'm doing a class on Tuesday on how to apply science of mind in today's world. That's in the evening at 6:30. If you're interested in taking a class with me and other like-minded people, go to agapespiritualcenter.com and sign up. I promise you it's worth the investment of your time and your money. If you don't feel it is, I'll give you your money back. That's how confident I am. Because what I'm going to be teaching are tools that I know that work for me. And if they work for me, I know they can work for you, because you and I have the same source. We're all a part of the oneness. We're all a part of consciousness. With that, I can look you in the eyes and say, I love you because I accept you just like you are. Go create a great day, everybody. Until tomorrow, aloha.